Hello, this is Rob Detmering. I'm a librarian from the Research Assistance Office in Ekstrom Library. This video will be a short demonstration of how to access and search the Louisville Courier Journal for your History 310 course. The first step is to go to library.louisville.edu and click on the All Databases A to Z list, which, as the name suggests, is an alphabetical listing of all the library's subscription databases. This is not intuitive, but on the A to Z list, you'll want to navigate to the letter P because the full name of the database we're looking for is ProQuest Historical Newspapers, Louisville Courier Journal. You may see other databases on the list that provide access to more recent issues of the Courier Journal, but the Historical Newspapers database is the one you want for your class. If you're off campus, when you click on the database, you will be prompted to enter your ULink ID and password. Once you're in the database, before you search, it's a good idea to specify a date range using the drop-down menu under Publication Date, because the database has the entire run of the newspaper going back to the 1830s. Here, I'll specify a specific date range of 1983 to 1988. I'll enter my search terms in separate boxes. In the first box, I'll type in Evil Empire in quotation marks so that I search the words together as a phrase. Notice that by default, I'm searching anywhere in the full text of articles. In the second search box, I'll type in Reagan. So now we're searching for references to both Evil Empire and Reagan published between 1983 and 1988. This search yielded more than 100 results, so I can begin browsing or perhaps narrow my search further. Reagan's Evil Empire speech occurred in 1983, so perhaps I'd like to see articles from that specific year to see how the speech was being discussed in the paper at that time. On the left side of the page, I can select 1983, and I can narrow things down even more by selecting March of 1983, because Reagan gave the speech on March 8th of that year. I now have just a few results, making it easier for me to browse. One of the challenges of this database is that it finds specific pages of the newspaper, rather than articles. For example, we can see two items on our list for the March 9th edition of the Courier Journal. This means our search terms, Evil Empire and Reagan, appear on more than one page. In fact, it's likely these pages are from the same article, which starts on page 1 and continues on page 4. Let's click on page 1 of the March 9th paper and see what we find. Here we see our search terms appear in an article about the speech entitled Reagan Asks Evangelists to Help Oppose Nuclear Freeze Fraud. This shows us exactly how the Courier Journal covered the Evil Empire speech the day after it was given. Note that the database will highlight our search terms, though this is not always consistent. If you want to browse through the issue to see the rest of the article, you can click on Browse this issue near the top left. This makes it relatively easy to move from page to page, and you can also magnify the page to make it easier to read. Use the tools at the top right to download, print, or email pages. Keep in mind that searching primary source databases for specific words and topics can be challenging and time-consuming. Plan to spend a good chunk of time trying out different keywords and browsing articles. If you ever have trouble accessing articles, or if you have other questions about your research, please don't hesitate to ask a librarian using the link on the library homepage. Thank you.